We begin the top of the third. It's a strike on the changeup to John Pass from Ryan Hirschfeld, 0-1. And another changeup low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brush leads Estes Park 6-1. Thanks in part to 6 hits and 1 error committed by Estes Park there in the bottom of the second. The offering swung on and lifted into shallow right center field. Mares, the second baseman, is out diving. Over there is going to be Soto. Can't get to the baseball. And now retrieving his Valles. Throw to second to slide and safe. And check that. That was Jesus out there, not Daniel Soto. A straight-up double for John Pass to begin the third. He just blooped it in there, and Jesus laid out and couldn't get it. Once the ball got away, it was an easy double for Pass. It was now 1 for 1 after sacrificing in the opening inning. Estes Park's not going to go away. They've been a tough team all year. They did get blasted by Eaton, but Eaton's done that to a number of teams. Aaron Tully grounded to short in the opening frame. The pitch, changeup is low. 1 ball and no strikes. The question is, how much more will Tully have in him on the mound after he threw a myriad of pitches? He approached 40. We'll get the exact count momentarily. The pitch swung on, lifted foul off to the left and out of play. .38 pitches thrown by Tully in the second inning, 60 in the game. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Estes Park pitcher, with the Bee Diggers up by 5 runs here in the top of the third. And the offering, and it bounces in, and it gets away from Monday all the way to the screen, and the wild pitch will send past to third. 2-1. The Bee Diggers will obviously concede the run with a 5-run lead. They'll play the infield back, as they would normally do anyway. Committed to serving those in production ag, Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hirschfeld from the windup, the pitch. Swung on, lined into center field. That's a base hit. He hung the changeup. And it's a base hit for Aaron Tully and an RBI scoring pass. And Estes Park makes this a 6-2 game. Here's Zach Eitzen, who walked in the first. Now, the Bee Diggers are not completely comfortable right now. They do have a 4-run lead, but Estes Park has a couple of base hits to begin the third. The pitch swung on and lifted into shallow left center field. Long run for Valles. Wailert is out and can't make the catch. Fields it on a couple of hops. Now throws off balance to second, but good base running there by Tully. And that's 3 hits to begin the inning, and 2 are just shallow base hits. I mean, and that's baseball for you. Sometimes you're just finding the holes. Here comes pitching coach John Hirschfeld. But, I mean, certainly 2 of these base hits were really not Hirschfeld's fault. They just landed perfectly. That'll bring up Carson Jones. I mean, Pass he had out in front. Same thing with Zach Eitzen. But sometimes these balls just fall. And that's what I said about Aaron Tully in the bottom of the second. He didn't pitch that poorly. Even though the Bee Diggers did have some solid hits. Jones popped to center in the first inning. The stretch and the offering. And the changeup is a strike down the middle at the knees. It's 0-1. Brush 6, Estes Park 2 in the top of the third inning in the slow-moving game from Sunset Baseball Field. The offering, and fastball is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 in, 2 on, nobody out. Hirschfeld stretches. The offering, and blocked by Monday. It's clear right now that Hirschfeld doesn't have the same stuff that he did on Tuesday in the 2-1 victory over University. 2-1 to Carson Jones. The pitch swung on and grounded left side. Wailert to his right, plays it off his chest, picks it up, and he has no play. And the bases are loaded for John Youngbluth. I'll tell you what, that was a very difficult hop. We'll call that one a base hit. It was in the hole, and that took a rough hop on Wailert. He would have had no play at first, that's for sure. Maybe one at third, But since he had the range to his right, we'll just call it a base hit. Youngbluth had a base hit in his first plate appearance, and he takes a changeup for a strike. Who would have thought this would have happened? Bases loaded, nobody out in the top of the third. Brush leads 6-2, but Estes Park is the tying run at the plate. The 0-1. The curveball is blocked by Monday, 1-1. Tully at third, Eitzen at second, Jones at first. Estes Park has begun the inning with 4 hits, including 2 bloopers and an infield hit. And the 1-1. Fastball is low. Ball 2, strike 1. Welcome home to your hometown grocery store featuring Morgan County's largest variety, the Brush Grocery Cart. 2-1 pitch. Outside with a changeup, 3-1. Yeah, Hirschfeld right now is coming a little bit unglued on the hill. 3-1 to John Youngbluth with nowhere to put him. And the offering, that is a strike. Took something off of that one. It's 3-2. 3-2. How about a little 1-2-3 double play? If he hits it right back to Hirschfeld, that would be a huge one. The stretch. Payoff pitch. Swung on and popped up. The infield fly rule will apply. The shortstop Waiter to his left makes the catch, and there's 1 out. Big pitch thrown by Hirschfeld. What a changeup. He had Youngbluth well out in front. Here's Ben Cerrone hitting from the left side. He popped to left in the second inning. And again, Hirschfeld out of the stretch with the bases loaded. Now a double play would end the inning. The offering, swung on, popped foul, and off to the left and out of play. No balls and 1 strike. The changeup is a good enough pitch, but much more lethal when Hirschfeld locates it exactly where he wants it. 0-1, and the curveball, boy, it dropped in just a little bit high. 1 ball and 1 strike. The curve hasn't worked for him so far today, although he hasn't thrown it much. 1-1 to Ben Cerrone, the stretch. And the offering. Swung on and grounded up the middle. Second baseman Mayers to his right. Flips the second one over to first. And that is offline and into the Estes Park dugout. A bad throw by Wailert. And Estes Park is going to plate a couple of runs here, and it's 6-4. RBI for Cerrone on the fielder's choice. And the B-Diggers commit a huge error. That could have been 2. And that throw essentially cost the B-Diggers 2 runs. Here's Cam Bogganer. Boy, pretty good double play grounder there, but B-Diggers could not complete it. The pitch, changeup, a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. So Tully and Eitzen scored, while Jones was forced out at second. The stretch and the offering. Changeup, a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Estes Park is right back in this game in the third inning, trailing 6-4. And the pitch. Swung on and lifted into shallow left field. Long run for Waiter at the shortstop. He's out and makes the catch. Oh, and he nearly got clipped over there by the left fielder Hansen as Waiter went to the ground. Estes Park scores 3 runs. They do it on 4 hits. There was a B-Digger error and a man left. 2.5 complete. Brush 6, Estes Park 4 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back in the bottom of the third inning with the B-Diggers leading the Estes Park Bobcats by a score of 6-4 as Estes Park just scored 3 runs in the top of the third inning. 6 runs on 7 hits for the B-Diggers. They committed a big error. Estes Park with 4 runs on 6 hits. They have a big error as well. It'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, Ken Garcia, Daniel Soto, and Tyler Monday, against the right-hander Aaron Tully, who threw 60 pitches over the opening 2 innings. Wind and pitch. Fastball is low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Garcia singled and scored in the second in that 6-run second inning. Wind and offering. Swag and a miss and a fastball down and in. It's 1-1. Estes Park with a run in the second, 3 in the third. Now the Beat Diggers trying to counter after their 5-run lead was reduced to 2. And the offering. And the breaking ball is low. Ball 2, strike 1. Wind and pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball at the letters. It's 2-2. Northeastern Colorado's hometown savings and loan with locations in Brush and Fort Morgan is Equitable Savings and Loan. 2-2. Breaking ball to the screen. 3-2. To Ken Garcia. We've already had well over 100 pitches thrown in this game combined, and we're not even halfway through. It'll be a 3-2 offering. Swung on and drilled to right field, but Carson Jones is right there. He didn't have to move, and he made the catch. Garcia hit that one on the line. One down in the third for Daniel Soto, who struck out in the second. You can't hit the ball any better than that, but when you hit it right at the outfielder, that's just bad luck. Here's the wind and pitch, and the breaking ball is high. 1 ball and no strikes to the Beat Digger DH. Aaron Tully, the right-hander, working quickly and delivering. Swing and a miss, a half-hearted swing and a ball up and in. It would have been ball 2. Instead, it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Low. 2-1. Two and one to Daniel Soto. The pitch. Swag and a miss on a fastball up at the letters. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. We remind you that we've got about another month to go of 10-10 preps and more. Weekdays 1 to 2, presented by Ehrlich Toyota East. Fastball off the glove of the catcher pass. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Then in late May, as we always do, another edition of Boys of Summer. Again, weekdays from 1 to 2. We'll have many of our listeners involved in that show. Just saw Kevin Ferguson. He was a co-host last year with Pat O'Rourke while I was gone. 3-2. Fastball is outside. So we look forward to a lot of participation from KSIR listeners on Boys of Summer once Preps and More is over in late May following the high school season. For Aaron Tully, that is the second walk he's issued. Here's Tyler Monday, who grounded to the mound. Stretch and pitch. Fastball, a strike. On the outer half, just above the knees, it's 0-1. Monday's a big, strong right-handed hitter. I mean, if he gets a hold of one, that thing's going to fly to Wiggins. Soto with a 2-step lead. The pitch and the breaking ball. Boy, that's a beauty for a strike. It froze Monday. It would have froze most hitters. 0-2. That's the best pitch that Tully's thrown so far. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on in the bottom of the third inning. Brush leads Estes Park 6-4. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a fastball just below the letters. 2 outs. For Tully, that is strikeout number 3. Here's Gregory Mares, who's popped to right, walked, stolen a base, and scored. 0 for 1 for the Beat Diggers' second baseman. And this game gets dangerous for Brush the longer you allow Estes Park to hang around. The stretch to see if Maris can put a charge into when the breaking ball is low. And Aaron Tully needs a quick inning because he threw 22 pitches in the first, 38 pitches in the second. Even in this inning, he's thrown 16 pitches, the offering, and he swings and fouls it back. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, with 1 on and 2 down. The Beat Diggers had a 6-1 lead after 2, but Estes Park countered with 3 in the top of the third. And the offering. Fastball is outside. Ball 2, strike 1. See Mike Boehm at the Farmers Insurance Group, 216 Edison Street in Brush. That's Mike Boehm at the Farmers Insurance Group. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on in line into the left center field gap for a base hit. Advancing to second is Soto. As getting the ball back in is Ben Cerrone. 2 on, 2 out for Jesus Cardenas. The Bee Diggers have 8 hits in the game. They've already stranded 3. How many times have we talked about that this season? At least recently. The Bee Diggers coming into this game stranded 29 total in the previous 3. Well, if Jesus doesn't deliver, even though they've got 6 runs on the board, that'd be 5 in the first 3 innings. Cardenas with a double, then reached on an error and scored. The pitch. Fastball is just outside. 1 ball and no strikes. We all hope that you have a blessed Easter weekend here from our Northeast Colorado Broadcasting family. 1-0 pitch. Fastball is high. 2 balls and no strikes. Full of lots of sports as well with Bee Digger baseball. The Rockies coming up tomorrow. The Nuggets tonight against the Thunder right here on 1010 with pregame at 7:35 in Game 3 of that series. 2-0. Swing and a miss helped them out on a fastball above the letters. 2-1 to Jesus Cardenas. At second is Soto. At first is Gregory Mares. Brush 6, Estes Park 4 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. This game is an hour old, an hour plus old. The pitch. Breaking ball is hit slowly on the ground to third. Should be an easy play, but bobbled over there. Now the throw to first, and that's going to be safe. And that'll be an error by the third baseman, Cam Bogganer, on a routine grounder. Didn't have a chance to step on the bag and get Soto and force him at third. The Bee Diggers extend the inning. It's the second time in a row that Cardenas has reached via an error on the left side of the infield. Here's a huge at-bat for Christian Baez. He's lined to right and doubled and scored. Tully will wind up with the bases loaded. The pitch. Fastball is high. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 swing, and the Bee Diggers can get it back to a 5-run lead, maybe a 6-run lead. 1 ball, no strikes. The bases loaded. And the offering. And that's a strike, a fastball at the knees. It's 1-1 to the Bee Diggers center fielder, Christian Baez. Soto leads off of third. Maris at second. Cardenas at first. Plenty of speed on the bases, and especially second and first. Swung on and fouled back. Baez was protecting, even though it was a 1-1 count. It was a defensive swing. It's 1-2. And again, Tully's pretty good-looking right-hander, but you wonder how much does he have left? He's over 80 pitches now, and we're not even through 3 innings. And watch out for that breaking ball. He's unleashed that nicely a couple of times. 1-2. Curveball swung on and missed. He fooled Baez, and the inning is history. The Bee Diggers do not score. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 left. The Bee Diggers have stranded 6 and have stranded now 35 through 3.5 games. Let's head to the 4th inning. Brush 6, Estes Park 4 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.